EA Sports. It's in the game. Now then, welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 16 Manager Career Mode. And today, New England are facing off against FC Dallas. But my first team is looking a bit wary of the challenge, so I am going to be playing the reserves today and give the other guys a full day off. FC Dallas shouldn't prove to be too much of a problem, but maybe that's just famous last words.
Hi there everybody, MLS Football for you today. I'm Martin Tyler, looking forward to describing the action with the considerable assistance here of Alan Smith.
Looking forward to this one.
This is how FC Dallas play today against New England Revolution. This is the lineup for the home side.
Right, nothing to worry about with this team as far as I'm aware. I don't really know if we've played FC Dallas before. I don't remember playing them before. But we're going to find out what they're like early on, I think.
Describe them good players. It's a really potent system.
Oh, boot.
Able to ease the pressure.
Oh, wow. That was very, very close start, wasn't it? That was a very, very close start. I actually held my breath there when I was like, concentration face, concentration face. Must do the job here. Oh. Are we just going to keep taking the ball off them in their own half? Is that the plan here? I'll do it if I can. I will if I can. And oh.
The ball gets to here.
No! What did you let him get that for? Defensive reasons? For what?
I know you're a big fan of Petr Cech, the goalkeeper. Here's some news for you.
Nice transfer from Chelsea, to Arsenal.
Well, he is a good player.
We haven't got that kind of budget for this team, unfortunately. We can't do things like that. Plus, I've noticed that a lot of the English players just do not want to play in the American League. So we've kind of got issues with people not wanting to play for us because we're on the wrong team, the wrong league. But you never know, my luck. I may end up bringing something to the table a bit later on. And get some new players for New England during the transfer season, which is coming very soon. At least we've got that to worry about. Neumann. Neumann's through. Neumann's through and on goal. Oh, but I passed instead of shooting. What am I like? What am I like? Okay. It'd be nice to get a good retirement plan going with one of the players. One of the big English names like a Gerrard or a Lampard that have recently retired from the English game in order to play their American soccer. It would be nice to be able to secure something like that for New England, but I'm not really sure on what transfers are going to be available and who I could possibly pick. Neumann, a nice easy goal. Almost felt like that was in slow motion then. But yes, it's a goal by Neumann. And it was a nice little pass, and there was plenty of space for him, and he just side-footed it home. Very good, very good. Cracking start. Well, I was talking about fantasy football teams, but the looks, that's what it felt like. Fantasy football teams. Who could I have on my team? Who could I have playing American soccer in the MLS? Who could I steal from an English club in their retirement? Smith gets it off. Good job, Smith. Good job. And Costa with the ball. Diaz knocking it out. Goal kick. Let's give it a big boot this time. Straight up we go. And the pass forwards did not work out so well, Caldwell. Did not work out so well at all. Really should have used your head a little bit better there. Okay. Costa. Can we get it? Yes, we can. Smith's got it. Smith's got it. Back pass to Barnes. Barnes out to Dorman. Dorman had a cracking game last episode, didn't he? Jeffren, my new signing, is through. And maybe through on goal at this rate. Yes. He's got the stamina, but he does not quite get past the final defender. Close, but no cigar. Oh, what a move around me there that was. But then the failure to pass. Alright, let's have a throw back to Woodbury. Woodbury across. Barnes can have a little run around with the ball. He's a really tall defender, he is. Acosta gets it though. Acosta just on the ball there, on his game, top of his game. Acosta doing well. You see some of these names and they come out at you. Just know that they're playing well because they're always on form. They're always getting the ball off you. There's always something going wrong and they're to blame. Through ball. Oh, Hedges. What was that exactly? And yeah, come on. What I would like to see is Cristiano Ronaldo retiring and moving to New England Revolutions for next season. I think that'd be an awesome signing. I think everybody would agree. I think the trouble is the game doesn't necessarily know who's about ready for retirement. The game doesn't know it, and therefore we're not going to have it. Okay, so now time to swap them around. Jones is on decent stamina now. Rowe's on decent stamina now. Let's swap those two over. And yeah, we're going to leave Oki in the scoring roles for now. That looks better. We only really need to defend a bit. So we've got the double subs to defend, and we're going in ultra defensive mode. I know it's boring. I know it's a boring way to play, but we do tend to get a decent few chances every now and again when we're playing very defensively. If we're playing defensively, then we don't lose any goals, and therefore we've got the opportunity to make dramatic runs when we're counter-attacking. And so, while I've favoured the first half attack, and we've had mixed reactions to it, I would like to see us having a good counter-attack in the second half. But that didn't quite work out the way I had planned there. Bunbury. Bunbury's been turned. Alston gets it though, that's good. Good pass to Jones. Out to Caldwell. Caldwell can have a little run forwards with it. Yes, he manages to get it through to Oki. Oki can't get that though. Oki's just not good enough at keeping the ball yet. He's a young player. He's still advancing in the team. And Oki's now got his chance at shooting. Bunbury had an opportunity and failed to capitalise on it. The defenders were all over him. It was a slow, steady build-up, and everybody knew exactly where the pass was going. Everything was going against me there. Jones with a big ball up to Oki, who gets a chance at running at him again. Manages to win the ball back, though, which is quite nice of him. But then fails to get the pass through. Never mind. Wasn't a sharp enough pass. Bunbury gets to do a bit of sprinting up the wing again. He's run out of stamina already, but let's take him all the way up anyway. And let's see what we can do here. Through ball. Oh, reached out for it, was onside, and everything was good. But didn't quite get enough power on the shot. The keeper was on it. But that's what I mean by counter-attacking. Once we've got the ball back in our half, they're always, all of their teams, all up in the goal area. And they don't get a chance to do much about it, and we sometimes manage to sneak those balls through with the strong passes straight through the middle pretty fast. We've got the pace to get through there. Can we get a ball on here? He's offside. He's offside, but I brought it back onside. Does that count? Yeah, he's offside. Yeah, I agree. He was offside. Okay. But it's worth the shot, I guess.
He's won the ball. Penalty at Houston.
It's a penalty for Chicago.
Okay. So now bring it on. Yeah. Rowe gets to tap it out to the wing. Bunbury gets to tap it back forwards. Rowe through ball. And is he on it? Yes, he's on it. Oki gets a chance. Yes! Cracking goal, young lad. That's the way.
Well, we thought
That was a good build-up, you see. That was a good attacking football, and he managed to play him onside and managed to hold on to the ball against the defender for long enough. I guess if that defender had tried anything, it would have been a trip, it would have been a penalty, it would have been another goal. But that's now 8 goals he's scored this season, which is very good. I like that. I'm wondering now if I need to make a final change. Who have I got on the bench? Gwen's on the bench. And I've got defenders on the bench. Let's bring on Farrell just to reinforce the defence a little bit. And we will go uber defensive now. Park the bus defensive. Now we've got a 2-0 advantage. We are really playing the defensive game. We just want to make sure that they do not get back into the game by whatever means they can try. Jones tried to back through, but it didn't quite work out for Jones that time. Jones is normally an excellent passer. Didn't quite make it there. Oh, what a volley. That was pretty good. And look at him bouncing the ball in front of... Ah, right, whatever. Have it. Up it goes. Oh, Bunbury doesn't quite get control of it. He nearly did, though. He nearly did. Oh, they're throwing on some fresh legs now. We've got to be careful. Park the bus, people. Park the bus. Oh, we get a throw. Bunbury with a throw. Swap it over. Alston gets the throw. Neumann. Pass it back. Pass forward. Neumann's lost it again. Never mind. Hedges is the defender. Acosta again. That man Acosta. Let's see what he can do with it. See what he can do with it. Just passes it across the field. Nothing special then. It's a through ball. That's good. Bringing him offside. Keep that offside trap.
And he claims the cross.
Keeper.
Well, nothing's ever straightforward for goalkeepers, but he's not
and it's
challenged.
Off. And it's full time.
And the referee blows for
and we're good at 2-0. Yes, we're happy with 2-0. Very happy with 2-0. From the reserve team as well. That's pretty good. I like it. Awesome. Neumann manages to score a goal as well. That's good as well. Okay, moving on. All right, well, here we are. It's episode 20, and the transfer market is now open. So we've just had the first match, and the transfer market has opened around us. Players' value will vary based on their form, time remaining on their contract, and how important they are. All that sort of stuff. Okay, transfer offers. We've already received transfer offers at the start of the season. And Shuttleworth has received a good form because of the clean sheets in the league. His market value should be between $1,000,001 and $1,000,004. And they are offering $1,000,003. But he really is my star goalkeeper. I can't really give him any opportunity to be left, can I? So I'm going to reject the offer. Who was it from anyway? I didn't even see who it was from. New York Red Bulls. New York Red Bulls, yeah. Well, we're not going to give it to the opposition. Shuttleworth is a New England player through and through, and we are going to be keeping hold of him, shall we say. And there was a new player in the youth academy. I thought that was the same one, but still, never mind. Delete that message. Yep, okay. And what was the other transfer offer? We did have another transfer offer available in there, but I've got to now have a look through and see what we've got going on. So, Shuttleworth was offered a decent amount there. Fagundes has been offered another one there. Let's see what he has got. Let's see, Fagundes. He's a star player on my team, so I'm quite not willing. I'm not really very willing, and he's a 70, which makes him very, very star player. He's worth $2 million to them. Wow. Well, I'm not going to accept the offer. I'm not interested. I'm going to keep him because he's a star player. He's a first-team player. So I'm going to keep him. And there's another offer for Shuttleworth. Everyone wants him because of the clean sheets. I'm going to reject all offers and disallow future offers. I'm going to keep him. He's my keeper. Any more for any more? Nope. Good, good. Alright, so next up, I've got to start looking through the transfer window. I think the season is basically at a standstill. Look, I've got a large transfer window to get through. So I'll bring you some highlights of the transfer window and what we get up to. Alrighty then, so I've just been and had a look through the team sheets and my shortlist and a few other bits and pieces to work out where we are in the transfer window. It is still the very first day of the transfer window, and so I've been making all my notes and figuring it all out. And first up, let's just take a quick look at the squad, okay? So the squad's team sheets. We've got the default squad, which seems to be the way it should be. We've got Shuttleworth back in goal, yes. We've got Woodbury on that right back, yes. We've got Farrell and Goncalves on the centre and Tierney on the side there. Then we've got Jones as the central defender, Gwynn as the central attacking midfielder, and Rowe on the right and Fagundes on the left, with Aguilero and Davis in the strike force. Now that is our current best team. Now we've only got a few people there that are under rank 70 or 70. So we've got a left back and a right mid all under 70. Now on the reserve side we've got Knighton instead of Shuttleworth. We've got Hall instead of Woodbury, and we've got Barnes that can basically cover the left all the positions in reserve, and we've got Alston who can cover the left back position. But they are lower overall rating. There's no 70s in amongst them. We've also got Caldwell 69 to cover Jones, which is okay, I'm happy with that. Neumann at 65 to cover Gwen, and Jeffren to cover Rowe as an equal 68. And then we've got Oki is our only attacker, and Oki is a 62. He's been okay, okay, but he's not been profound enough, and now I've got an opportunity to rid myself of some players. One of the things that we've got going on is centre midfielders. We've got Kobayashi, who's been an awesome player, but he's centre midfield, and we don't really have that role in our team. We've got this guy, he's been okay. If I was doing a youth team, he's been okay on it, but he's centre midfield. Rudy is centre midfield. And then we've got this striker of 53, and I don't want either of those. I don't want any of those guys kicking around. And we've got a spare goalkeeper in Spangelberg. Spangelberg has been trained up from about 55 during the season so far. He's had a +6. But now it's time to make some money out of him. So, first thing on my list is to get rid of those players, or at least put up for sale, those players who have impressed me but need to go. Let's sort by price. No, let's sort by position. Let's do it that way. Okay, so Spangelberg, he is priced at 220,000, which is better than he was. Yeah, that's good. Shuttleworth I've put not for transfer. Yeah, so let's put Spangelberg up for transfer. He's recently joined the club. He's joined the club this year. We can't put him on because... Oh, okay. So maybe we add him to loan listing for a year. Yeah. Let's loan list him. Just to get him off the books and out and about. As we can't transfer him, he is going to be loan listed. So I'm just going to make a note of that as well. We're going to loan list him. Then we've got the centre defensive midfielders, because I need Barnes as a reserve, because he's a reserve for left back, right back, and centre back, even though he's a right back. So he's a good reserve to have in place. So I don't want to get rid of him until I've got somebody else in place. We've only got the 2 centre attacking midfielders, but we've got 3 centre defensive midfielders. And as you can see, we've got Jones and Caldwell, which are our main 2, and then we've got Dorman. Dorman's age 33 and is basically coming to it. Let's add him to the transfer list. and be done with that. So he is now... what prices we got? We don't want prices. Why don't you change that back again? So now we've got rid of him onto a transfer, which is good. Might make a bit of money out of him. He's only 170 worth, but still, he's end of his career virtually, 33. So we need to get rid of him so we can clean up the place a bit, get some money out of him. And then we've got our centre mids. We've got him available for a loan for 1 year. Can't get rid of that because he's recently joined the club. And Rudy is available for transfer now. There we go. We've transfer listed him. And it switched back again. Thank you very much. And then we've also got Kobayashi, who has been awesome. I've loved having Kobayashi on the team. He's brought a lot of experience and he's filled in the gap and he's been fun to play. But he's 32. He's only a 64 rating and he's worth 400 grand to me. So I'm going to transfer list him as well and see what happens there. So Kobayashi and Rudy are now there. I've got to put Hero on loan, so I'll put that down. And then we've got Bunbury. Bunbury hasn't been another cool player, but when we had to use him, he was a right wing, and we didn't really have a left wing to balance out the formation or anything. So he's been in a kind of a weird formation. So we're going to add him to the transfer list. He's a very good player, so I'm expecting good money for him. He's over $1 million, which is good, so I'm going to add him to the transfer market as well. That's nice, and put that back again, thank you. Let's go from the top up now. So we've done that, and then, so Bunbury is now transfer listed, and then we've got the attacking force. Now, Milgrew, looks like, yeah, he's recently joined the club, so Milgrew has got to go loan listed, and whereas the other guys are all staying in my team unless I've made a replacement for them. So my next stage, now I've transfer listed and loan listed and done all that, I've got to now consider new options to bring to the club. So let's have a look at searching for players. I've got my short list that I've been researching and sorting myself out with. Now, the centre-backs, I would like to have a proper centre-back in reserve, and I would like to have a decent... like a decent one. So a 54 is just not going to cut it for me. So remove him from the shortlist. These guys need to be scouted out further so that I can see what they're all about. But I'm not holding my breath about whether I can get to them or not. And then we've got Jordan Silva, a 70, and he's only age 20 as well. So it would be a good signing for the long term. And Alvarado is a 69. Would be an acceptable substitute to put behind Farrell and Gunclaves. But Silva would be a more acceptable because he's young and he may show promise. So I'm going to have a quick look at him and maybe just approach to buy just to see. He's a Mexican, so we've got the chance of keeping the American team American. If you can call Mexican-American, I'm guessing you can. And his value is... Silva is a key player in his role. He's probably worth between 2.2 million and 2.4 million, so we have to make a great offer. Now, 2.2 million for a reserve centre-back. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but... I've also got to have a reserve striker. So reserve centre-back, reserve striker. I could potentially get away with upgrading maybe a right-back or a left-back instead. But let's give this a go. We've got a transfer budget of 4 million. And we're going to sell a few players, so that might help. Can I speed this up a bit, please? Make it big. Can I just do this? That's it. 2, 2, and... 0, 0, 0, yeah. 2.2, 2.2, 2.3. We'll go for 2.3. 2.3 million, okay? And submit the offer. Now, centre-back wise, we could potentially give him another player as well. We could potentially give him Barnes, but Barnes is in a good role right now. So we'll leave Barnes with us and submit that offer. Ooh, it's looking okay. I'll say that. But we're not going to get cheap players for the 70. So we've got to go for the 70s, haven't we? Okay, and then the other player, we've got a lot of red right midfielders because I was searching out my right midfielder, but now I've kind of got 268, so I'm okay. Let's have a look at the strikers that I've accumulated so far. Mattox is a 67, would be okay. He's only a million, so he's good for a reserve striker. Sal, I've started looking at. Plateau from Salt Lake City is only 23. It's got a value of 3 million. That would take some persuading to get him from Salt Lake City. Then we've got a 68, and he's in FC Dallas. He's only 23, so that could be a good signing as well. Veracruz has got a 22-year-old. Chiapas has got a 28-year-old striker whose overall rating is 70, but you would go with somebody a little younger to give him a bit more time at the club. And then we've got a young 69 there who is $1.5 million. And then we've got the Earthquake star striker at 4.5 million. And yeah, we've got to struggle through here. We've got to figure out what we've got. Oh, Santa Laguna wants to buy Aguilero. But no. Just no. His market value should be between 3 million. And they've offered us 2.7 million, which is more than his real value. But his value to us is at least 4 million. But I can't get rid of him. I just can't. He's a 71 overall rating. He's my star striker. His form is excellent. His morale is very happy. I am disallowing all future offers. He is not for sale. Fagundes, another one of my 70s. He is not for sale. I don't want to sell him. He is good form, very happy. He's a key player all the time. So he is not for sale. And Milgrew has been offered. Yeah, he wants a 1-year loan for Zabariz. Okay. Well, they're going to take on the wage for me. That's good. I'll accept that offer. I will accept an offer for his loan. Go for it. You go on loan, kid. Well done for you as well. There we go. Done. And he's off. There he is. He's on a 1-year loan. And goodbye to you. Well, it's the end of the initial month of transfers, and these are the 4 that I've got my eye on. I'm not planning on taking all of them either. We've got Akindele from the FC Dallas, who we have just played this episode. He's a striker with an overall 68. So ideal on the reserves bench for Davies and Agudelo, who are 71 overall rating each. And with a transfer fee of 1.6 million, he's affordable to go onto the reserves bench. So I quite like that. That's a pretty good offer. I like that. There was a couple of other strikers that I've looked at, but they're more in the 2 and 2.7 million. For instance, Hurtado, 2 million was the offer accepted. And that is another good one, but he's a 70 striker. And, well, I can save a bit of money by going to Akindele. I can save 400,000 by getting somebody who's slightly worse, but still good enough, if you know what I mean, for the reserves. And we've also got Alvarado. He's a centre-back, overall 69. And he's 1.9 million has been accepted. So that's not bad for a reserve for my 73 and a 71 centre-backs that I've currently got and been playing all season. And then we've also got Rincon, something like that, who has had an offer of 2.7 million accepted. And he is a striker, overall rating 70. I don't think I'm going to be going with Rincon, although he does seem to be a very good striker that's only 70 right now. But I have entered into some negotiations with people, and now we're already up to August the 1st and playing the matches again. So that is the end of the transfer window as such. Next episode, we are up against Toronto FC. And this will be out very soon, so thank you very, very much for watching this episode of my FIFA Manager Career Mode. Today, we've played against FC Dallas and won 2-0, and we've looked at the first part of the transfer window. The transfer window will still be open for quite a few more episodes yet, and hopefully we'll get some good players to mix into this wonderful bag that we have already. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
EA Sports. It's in the game.